I think Christina and I, we've proven to you that we as Siemens are fully dedicated to master all of these challenges at the same time. And we do already. So finally, as I would say #1 world's drives manufacturer, doing this is not just our passion, but it's also our obligation. Our obligation to our planet and to our children. And what's best? You can optimize your resources, you can optimize your energy, you can enjoy higher reliability, all the while contributing to a more sustainable future. So let's go for it.
In this holistic way.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for your presentation here, Christine and Christian. Awesome.
Thank you.
Great job. Sustainability in motors, very, very important. Have you mentioned where you guys are with your topic?
So again, maybe predictive in this direction, energy efficiency and all this in this direction, and all this direction.
Correct.
Circular
Sustainability
economy.
over there, G220 is also over there. We're all around the booth.
Perfect. And once more, big thank you to you that you were willing to come up as the last final presenters
Yes, right.
in our stage program. That's always a hard task. And on Thursday afternoon, there is not that much energy with our visitors anymore. But this time, it's totally different, right? A lot of energy.
Yeah, we're hoping for best streaming results.
Okay. You got a big
thank you.
Thank you so much, Christine
Bye.
and Christian. Yeah, you can tell there is a big setup change here. We are preparing for our grande finale. And with this, I'm heading over to Max. He's out there with the running reporter activity.
Hi. Thank you, Christine. I am here at one of my other highlights that I've been looking at all day long, every day I've been here. It's this awesome car, and I'm here with Emina. Hi, Emina.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well.
Cool. Thank you that you are talking to us here about this lovely piece of kit. Would you like to just generally explain to us what this is, why it's here, who you are, what you have to do with it?
Yeah, sure. I'd be happy to. Okay, so we are here from the Formula student team. We come from the 𝐷WTH University in Aachen. We are a group of about 80 students. We come from many different faculties, so like mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, everyone basically. And then every year we build, manufacture, develop the car from the beginning to end to then compete in different competitions in many different countries against many different teams in the summer. So yeah, we are here because we use a lot of Siemens software actually to develop the car. So for example, we use Siemens NX to conceptualize and design different components of the car, then to be able to simulate the cooling system or the airflow from the aero parts, we use Star CCM Plus. And also for the cell parametrization, we use Amazon. Yeah, that's basically a little bit about us and what we're doing here.
Okay, sounds great. So you said you have Siemens technology in here in various places, right?
Yeah, Siemens software.
Could you maybe tell us a few bits that are Siemens technology in here? Where can we find it?
As I said, it's Siemens software, so
it's all software, yeah?
It's all software, yeah. I mean, to be able to build a car in real life, you first have to simulate and build it digitally, of course. So yeah, that's basically where Siemens comes into play, and yeah, that's how we do it.
Okay, cool. Now, you said you compete in competitions all over the world, right? What competitions are these? Do all the cars look like this?
Well, not this good. Yeah, so our team, we choose to go in different countries in Europe. So, for example, this summer we went to Austria, Hungary, and then there's a huge competition here in Germany as well at Hockenheimring. There we won actually this summer, so yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, and there we compete in various different disciplines. So there are static disciplines, for example, where we need to explain our engineer design ideas, to explain the cost report, so how much everything costs and how and why does it cost so much. And then
how much does it cost?
Yeah. we'll just say six-figure sum.
6 figures?
Yeah.
Okay, so I better not touch it then.
Then we also need to show a business plan, and then we, after various technical inspections, then we get to the actual dynamic disciplines where we actually race with the car, and then we can show it, how does it move and how fast it is.
Who drives the car? You?
No, unfortunately not me, but also students, of course.
Okay.
They sometimes also develop parts on the car itself. We go kart racing, and then we'll look at the times and look who the best driver is, and then those ones are actually then picked and then get to drive our cars as well.
Okay. And you mentioned that in Germany you're on the Hockenheimring.
Yeah, exactly.
Where were you in Austria and Hungary? Also on the Formula One tracks?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so in Austria that's Spielberg, for example. In Budapest or near Budapest
The
also.
Hungaroring.
Yeah, Hungaroring.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Awesome. So how many students would actually then go to the race? How big is your team?
It depends on the competition, but a lot, about 50 of us go. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. There's a sticker on here with the weight. It says 167 kilos.
Yes, exactly.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's right. It was measured actually on the competition site, so it has to be right.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty lightweight. So I assume acceleration is not bad either?
Yeah, it's not bad.
How bad is not bad?
Well, about 2 seconds.
2 seconds?
Yeah.
From 0 to 100?
To 100, exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna sell my motorbike and get one of these. Wow, okay, pretty cool. I'm just checking all the other sponsors, and I'm hearing, though, that we can probably return to Christine. Emina, thank you so much. That was great.
You're welcome.
Christina, back to you.
All right, Max, thank you so much for handing back to me. We're back on stage for our grande finale. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? All good? Hey, come on, there is more. There is some coffee if you need some more energy, because this is going to be a 30-minute show here on stage, and we're having a lot of fun, I tell you, because I have the honor for a final time calling up Dave and Vlad on stage to join me here. Big round of applause to our two influencers. High five.
High five.
Oh my goodness. I mean, it has been amazing with you here. Shall we take a seat at our cozy sofa of wisdom?
Absolutely.
Shall we do that?
I think we're going to fill up the sofa so completely.
This is the plan. The grande finale means we're going to use the full size of the sofa, and there is much more space than just for 6 people.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I have to start with a story about why am I wearing a totally different T-shirt now. Because when I was approached by a colleague, he had the idea, coming from the US, hey, we need to have 2 influencers coming to SPS. They are great. They are talking about automation. They are really deeply involved in the topic. Let's invite them. So we thought about having Dave and Vlad here on stage, and then we had some prep calls. And John Ditellum, he definitely recognized and remembered everything what has been said and planned. And I told him in one of the conversations, hi, I've been an exchange student in the USA. I went to Vegas Valley High School, home of the Vikings. I'm a senior of '88. And this was the gift which was brought to me from those colleagues. And thanks, John. Great that you were remembering. So coming to the US once more, Dave and Vlad, what is your experience here at SPS?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Christine. Again, as Christine said, I am Dave. This is Vlad. We are a manufacturing hub. We do a bunch of live events every Wednesday, including yesterday. So if you guys are watching this live, go check back yesterday for the stream. It was a fantastic experience. I would say overall, the experience has been super exciting. As I told Vlad on day 0, Siemens Day, we got a little bit of behind the scenes view. I have no idea how you'll be able to see everything in this booth and also see any other hall. And good news, we saw about 40% of this booth and virtually no other hall. So it is absolutely jam-packed. There There were so many super exciting announcements. I do want to call out one, the sustainable vertical farming that we got a chance to go see. And I do want to call that out because at the core, the 80 acres and the infinite acres came from our colleagues over at the Siemens USA. And it's always amazing to see sustainability, and it's also always amazing in order to see some of the US-based products and solutions all the way over on this side of Europe.
And Christine, before we throw any questions at you, I just wanted to thank you as well as the entire team of the stage, because I believe the experience would not have been the same. We exceptionally have your organizational skills truly appreciated. On the back scenes, we've had many, many conversations, so we really know what it takes to run the show, and we truly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys, and thanks to the team back there.
Yep.
This whole length of the wall, that's people sitting there. My colleagues, my team, really preparing everything that this show is running. So once more,
thank you.
Big
Thank you
round
to
of
everyone.
applause for you guys back there. It's not over yet. It's not over yet.
It is not over yet. Christine, we'd actually like to put you on the hot seat, the same hot seat I feel like you have put hundreds of us on so far this week, and ask you maybe for some of the highlights or some of the words and phrases that you continue to hear through all of the presentations this week.
Yeah, I mean, there is definitely a lot. We had 120 different topics which we covered in these 3 days. We had 200 speakers coming up here on stage sharing their knowledge, wisdom, insights, customer success stories, which is always great when they come up here. So what did I hear? Sustainability, big topic with the high energy prices, of course. Everybody tries to go there, but also low carbon footprint. This is what they aim for and need to change. Digitalization definitely is nothing which is in the far future. It has arrived, and our customers understood that they can use data in a very, very valuable way. And it's not just about maybe one thing what they want to achieve. There is much more benefits coming along if they use the data, and that's the core here, wisely. But then they need help and support and great people with ideas. And that's not mainly just us. And that brings me to the next point. It's the ecosystem, which was mentioned very, very often.
Yes.
Having trust, being open, and sharing data, sharing know-how, sharing knowledge, and working together, looking for possible partners who have experience. This is mainly kind of the core of what has been discussed here. Of course, I mean, if you look into these areas, e-cars, battery manufacturing definitely is a topic where everybody's kind of jumping in, but also industrial metaverse, where you think, oh, that's super fancy. No, 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 no. Artificial intelligence has arrived.
And I'm excited for many of those topics. I think we see a lot of them here today. I would also mention cybersecurity. I think it's becoming a hotter and hotter conversation in our space and is becoming extremely important on the OT side. So not only being open, but also protecting the systems in our facilities. That being said, Christine, we also have a few guests lined up off stage. I would like to invite them in, get their perspective. I think it's going to be extremely interesting. And first, we've got Magnus.
Exactly. Big round of applause. Magnus Edholm, Head of Marketing Digital Enterprise. Woohoo! Hello, don't be shy.
Hi. Hi. Hello.
Hello,
Where do you
Magnus.
want me?
Oh, wherever.
Please sit.
Wow.
Hi.
Yeah, you never actually took a seat on the stage here. You're always presenting standing and talking about the digital enterprise, and digital twins are your best friends, right?
Yes. Sitting down and telling that story is difficult. I don't think it can be done. I mean,
No, Dave and Vlad will kind of catch you in here.
We can stand if that's the...
no. Hey.
Been standing long enough.
Now I take the opportunity. The sofa is really cozy, by the way, if you're wondering.
Absolutely. So, Magnus, let me ask you. So, we are sitting in front of, on stage, and the entire middle of this is digital enterprise. There's lots of battery, there's lots of digital twin, there's lots of simulation, many, many exciting things. What excites you the most coming out of SPS for digital enterprise of the future?
Honestly, to meet the people. I think that's the thing that I burn for, and to have people joining us in tours across the booth, and because everywhere you come and you get a question from the pack you're taking with you, and you don't know it, you basically, hey, can you answer that? And they bang, step in. And I think that type of interaction is something we need And we learn a lot when we walk around, and hopefully also our visitors learns a lot about the digital enterprise, about Siemens Accelerator, digital twins, digital threads. I mean, we have so many things. We spoke yesterday about that in your podcast. So if you haven't tuned into that, do it. It's really good stuff. That is one thing. And also the battery showcase as a core in this hall is fantastic to me, because we have essentially everything from the requirements management through simulation, planning, machinery. Yeah, the cool stuff.
The cool stuff.
I'm not even sure I answered your question, by the way.
No, that's fine.
No, I think you did a good job, and I want to say for anyone watching us on LinkedIn who has not registered for the Siemens SPS extravaganza that has been streaming for the last 3.5 days, please go ahead and do that. Siemens.com/SPS23, and I say that because we did a running reporter earlier, and I got to go drag a camera person and Max all the way around the battery, talking about from the creation with the digital twin and simulation, all the way to how you were using artificial intelligence and robotics in order to figure out how to do the recycling of the battery, because I think the entire kind of end-to-end process is extremely important.
Absolutely. The sustainability is what drives us. I think it's not something you do. I think it's a commitment. You need to commit to it. We do it, and just looking at the recycling of batteries, which is, if you do it manually, is potentially really harmful. And using digitalization to recycle more than the 5% of the batteries that we're recycling today, I think that's a thing that drives me, and also I believe every one of us can do something to make the world a better place.
Magnus, we like to ask our guests to predict the future, right? So we're thinking about 3 to 5 years into the future, and we'd like to get maybe your prediction on where digital enterprise is going.
I think it's fairly clear. We've been talking, digitalization is first of all nothing new. We need to keep that in mind. If we look at the evolution going back 15 to 20 years, machine building back then was mechanical engineering. Then software came into play. 70% of all the patents nowadays, machine building, come from the addition of software. Then the digital twin kind of came to life. Digital threads, which is describing the process of a company when they're developing something. And that is kind of converging into the industrial metaverse, and I believe it's going to be more. And to me, industrial metaverse is much more than just high, shiny pictures. It is the fact that we work with data. Everybody's collaborating. It's the way to get new and motivated people in there. So I think it's going to be even more, perhaps gamification-ish, that direction.
And I believe we were also talking about a university program that is going to be implementing a program on the industrial metaverse. I think there was a comment made a little bit off stage, so I think it's certainly shifting in the way students are going to be learning the new tools in the industrial sector.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things coming. Some things I can't talk about now on stage, but stay tuned. In April and June, there's going to be more coming in that field. Keyword immersive in all phases. So there's a lot of things ongoing in the background.
Absolutely. I would say that this has been fantastic. I do want to go continue the conversation with Siemens Accelerator, and I believe Sebastian is up next, and he can maybe tell us a little bit more about
Sebastian Wolf, one and only marketing.
Thank you.
For Siemens Accelerator. Hello.
I stay away from you. I was told so.
We can already start kind of closing in here, and jamming together. You got a headset, that's fine. Sebastian, I mean, he's like, you ask him one question, and then we have to take care that we're not going to exceed the 8 o'clock at night show. So.
I try my best.
So.
Sebastian, kind of similar question that we asked Magnus. Can you tell us what some of the most excitement is for Siemens Accelerator coming out of SPS?
Where to start? So I think this is just overwhelming in a very positive way, right? So how things come together. Magnus was elaborating on it a little bit. So Siemens Accelerator for me has been a journey of more than 2 years now, and it's exciting to see. And I was just talking to a colleague a minute ago. Me 20 years ago at SPS, me today here at SPS. I mean, it's unbelievable what has come reality, right? And Siemens Accelerator is somehow, for me, the DNA of everything we do today with our industrial solutions, with the ecosystem, our partners, all the products that you see here coming together in a way that I've never dreamed of it this way, right? So that's awesome. And I think this will also pave the way into a completely new future of industrial not only work, product solutions, but also collaboration, right? So you've been talking about the metaverse piece. We've been talking about the ecosystem here. I mean, if you see the dynamics in all these areas, this is just great. And I think we took an approach here that was not really known for Siemens or not really common. First of all, opening up, that was a tough exercise for us, right? But we had to learn that this is the only way out in these circumstances we are all facing, right? So industry is in many ways in challenges that we only can solve together. And I think the Siemens Accelerator is one approach that we present here among great technology, to do that.
And Sebastian, if I can follow up for just a moment and take a step back, if someone hasn't seen or talked to someone about the accelerator, how do you position it in front of end users who are looking into?
So for me, this is a gift. Okay, when I talk to a customer and he wants to know what is this Siemens Accelerator about, I always tell them, you started already and you didn't even know. So you're using our products, great. You use our software, great. So what we do for you now is bringing these pieces together in a way that we manage interoperability, flexibility, openness of systems, right? We get you the right help through our ecosystem for any issue that you may have along the way. And then I deliver this to you as a gift because you can start immediately. This is not something where you need to, start a very complicated purchasing process. This just sits in our products, right? This sits in our software already. You just need to think about, so what I want to do? With our help together, with everyone in our ecosystem, we can just make it happen. And this way, most of the people really realize digital transformation is not rocket science. This is just something we need to start, and we do it together, and it will be awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Sebastian. I would say we could sit here and talk for hours more. And I know because yesterday we got about 35 minutes with Dr. Gerhard Krest up on this very stage talking about Siemens Accelerator. I think there were a bunch of great comments. And I feel like yesterday's show, we talked about how totally integrated automation was kind of the promise of 25 years ago from Siemens. And I think that the comment is very much Accelerator is kind of the next generation of the same promise, driving that forward. So thank you so much, Sebastian.
Absolutely.
We'd like to bring Matthias on to talk about Industrial Edge, a little bit more of what Siemens is launching today.
Matthias Pschorr.
Yes.
Woo!
Thank you.
And these guys here are just a few of 160 experts whom we are having here on site to inform about our technology, products and services.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us, Matthias. We talked a little bit earlier as a running reporter session. I believe that Industrial Edge is a very interesting technology when it comes to OT and IT integration. So I wanted to get your insight once again about Industrial Edge. Ultimately, what does it encompass and what is the vision for Industrial Edge?
I think, and this is also the thing we learned with the many customer discussions we had here on the fair, that Industrial Edge has the potential to be the backbone for your digitalization strategy, for your individual way to accelerate to become a digital enterprise. And I think we showed at this fair, and our customer gave us also this response, that we have the right portfolio of hardware, we have an open ecosystem with great partners that have the right applications, and we have a strong platform that supports this as a backbone for your digitalization strategy. So together with our customers, I think we are on the path to unleash the potential of Industrial Edge for everybody.
Well said.
Absolutely. Everyone, Vlad and I, all of our viewers are super excited about Industrial Edge. We've had so many conversations. We've talked to the Mendix on Edge people. If you guys are long-term viewers, you'll have seen our Industrial Edge, Industrial Information Hub, Performance Insight live build that we did a couple of months ago on the Manufacturing Hub channel. Thank you so much. We are super excited to continue the journey as Siemens continues to open up all of these apps on Industrial Edge. We do want to continue forward. We've got Michael coming up to talk about cybersecurity.
Michael Grimm. Woo!
Thank you, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Hello. Michael, cybersecurity, extremely hot topic on the OT side. Wanted to get your insights. What are we seeing that's new at SPS? What are maybe some of the offers from Siemens that help end users address some of their problems?
Yeah. So we're presenting at SPS, I'm pretty sure, one of the hottest topics.
Yes.
Because cybersecurity is needed that we can fulfill the customer's needs, and it's the base of digitalization and transformation. We are offering our own developed solutions, and we're taking care that we just fit into regulations and legislations, and they are developed for the customer's needs. We take care of vulnerabilities, we take care of asset detection, of intrusion detection, anomaly detection, all that stuff that is needed to have a clear sight what's going on in the plant, in the process, and to protect the customer environments. And we have a super portfolio. I'm totally happy, and our customers who visit us at SPS Fair were surprised what cool portfolio Siemens is offering.
Absolutely, I agree. I think cybersecurity is important and will only continue to become important. So we talk a lot to the North Americans, and as we were here, we were learning about NIST 2 and a bunch of other regulations that are coming out that put monetary penalties on not following through to cybersecurity. So Vlad and I are super excited as we follow on those regulations in Europe to see how that's going to translate over to the rest of the world.
Yeah, but Dave, we are not only following the NIS 2 in the EU, we are also taking care of the legislations and laws in different other countries and try to find the right and appropriate solution that fit into that legislations. So you can be sure, as a global player, we are here for our customers.
Absolutely, we appreciate that very much.
So the next conversation we want to introduce is Bob Russell, who's going to talk to us about predictive maintenance.
Coming all the way from Scotland.
Hey, thank you, Bob.
Having worked in a maintenance organization, I understand the value of predictive maintenance. So I wanted to get some of your insights. What are we seeing today at SPS, and how has predictive maintenance evolved?
Yeah, that's great. And I think, the fact you understand it is fantastic. What I'm seeing and getting reflected back, the people coming to our booths, is the inevitability of it. So if I go back to our vision when we started the concept of Sensei Predictive Maintenance in 2015, we saw with this whole digital world that this was a requirement that was coming. The question now isn't what is it, and the question is like, how do I do it, right? So it's an established requirement for your manufacturing factory, and we're just really pleased to see that the market has matured and reflecting that, and we're seeing the demand from the people we're talking to.
Absolutely. Let me ask Bob, if someone is interested in looking at predictive maintenance for the first time, as many of our customers and clients are, what is your top one or maybe top two takeaways or suggestions for them?
Yeah, it's think about how you're going to quickly establish the value from the system. I talk in terms of try to utilize capability you maybe have today, establish a process where you can understand the business value, reflect back on that, and then that gives you the justification to get more budget, get more connectivity, it becomes a virtuous cycle. As you make more savings, some of those savings you invest back in and expand out across the plant. When we think about predictive maintenance, this isn't like 10 machines. This is everything in your factory. You're in a digital world. You've got access to every machine now.
We have one more colleague who is on standby mode, coming to jam in here on the sofa.
Yeah.
That is Brian Lilly, talking about virtual PLCs.
Absolutely. Brian, thank you for being here. I feel like we started it with a couple of North Americans. It is perhaps only appropriate that we bring you on stage all the way from the U.S.
Absolutely. Very excited to be here.
So long-term watchers of Manufacturing Hub might know we've talked an awful lot about virtual PLC, about the launch or soft launch in version 19. In fact, Vlad and I might have talked more about it than the rest of Siemens marketing combined, because we are super excited about the topic. I know that V19 brings the virtual PLC. Can you tell us what some of the conversations you were having this week are? Is the rest of the market, the rest of the people here, as excited as Vlad and I are?
Oh, absolutely. In this case, I think for a lot of the customers I've talked to, there's the knowledge that, hey, I know what an S7-1500 is. In this case, it's the flexibility to have that in my environment, my way. And I think a lot of people see the addition of this to our existing Edge portfolio as that next step in making sure I can control how I do my control automation in my way.
Maybe as a final question for you, Brian, how do you see the VPLC offering evolve over the years? Do you have any thoughts on the future of
Oh, absolutely. I think as time goes on, the VPLC is going to become it's going to have some clear opportunity to become more enhanced in the Edge environment as it becomes a bigger part of the Edge ecosystem. But simultaneously, it's going to become more and more by the nature of the 1500 itself. Like for instance, adding functional safety. These are well-known values of an existing portfolio we all know and understand. And in this case, by virtualizing it, we're letting the customer decide how they want to implement it and drive it.
No, I mean, thank you, Brian. We're just kind of putting notes on here. What are we going to say? How much longer can we run the show before people will ask us whether we are crazy here?
Well, Christine, I was thinking myself at lunch today, I'm like, I think I have 2 more days.
I wish I had. Hanover Messe, it's 5 days. We can kind of put more topics on the stage then. So that's definitely a date to mark in your calendars, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So let me give a kind of thank you, as we do every week on Manufacturing Hub. Everyone, thank you for joining us here. We'll kick it over to Christine in just a moment to wrap us up. But this has been an amazing experience, as Vlad said. We want to thank all of the European and worldwide folks who have joined us on Siemens.com/SPS23, who have joined us live on LinkedIn, and very much thank the whole Siemens family for opening their arms and accepting a couple of crazy North Americans and allowing us to spend so much time up on stage.
And I am saying thank you, representing you guys here as the team Siemens who came up here to join us. I mean, it's great. It's teamwork, and it's teamwork makes the dream work. This is what we keep on saying at Siemens, and I think there is no quote which kind of states it better what we are accomplishing here. Thank you, Michael, Sebastian, all you guys here, Magnus, Matthias, Billy, and Brian, and all the rest here. Frank for taking all those pictures. This is awesome. Thanks, Dave and Vlad, for running this show so often during the day. So let's, in arms united, we stand here and say thank you to all the team at the booth. Really great, great, great contribution. And there is one more team to whom I'm going to say a big thank you, and this is Laura and Max. Yeah. They've been here at SPS for the first time in their role as running reporters, and I think they've done a great, incredible job, and they're standing up there at the ceiling. I don't know where, but somewhere we're going to wave to them, and we're handing over to you guys. So, final wrap up.
Hi, Christine. Thank you. So we're up here. We're up here, the first floor. We can see you. Can you see us? Yeah, some of you can. Awesome. We have a bird's eye view of the whole booth. It's amazing. So yeah, my first ever SPS, and I have to say, amazing, amazing, absolutely amazing. The whole thing. I mean, Laura, it's not your first SPS, right? You've done this all before. How does it compare to previous events?
I mean, every SPS is very, very special. I think this year with our booth, so huge, these dimensions and also the diversity of topics, it's really, really overwhelming in the most positive meaning ever. And I really also like that it's so clear where you can find the things, right? The design area, realize area, optimize, sustainability, and so on. And of course, our big battery highlight showcase. I think Team Siemens has really given its best and exceeded the expectations that anyone could have here. Do you agree, Max?
I do. I absolutely do. And unfortunately, I did not have the chance to join a guided tour. I don't think you did either, but you can tell us what happens now. The digital experience continues, I think, right?
Yes, everything here continues digitally. So please don't be sad if you missed the stage presentation, if you couldn't come here on site in Nuremberg, or if you would have liked to take a guided tour, because everything is online and it will not end today, but it will be available for weeks. So yeah, that's, I think, the very, very good news.
Awesome. So everything you saw on stage is available on the website, as we promised.
Exactly, yes.
Awesome. I have to say a highlight of mine was definitely doing exactly this, running reporting all over the booth, interviewing all sorts of people, also with Dave and with Vlad. That was cool too, you know, just getting real up-close pictures from the camera, seeing what people are showcasing, how our machines work. It's just absolutely stunning, and I think your guests were just as amazing as mine.
Exactly, and I have a really nice short story to tell, because today I got to know one of our solution partners, and he said that it's his first time ever at a fair. His company was the first time at a fair, and here at our booth at SPS, and he was surprised by how deep these conversations go, so substantial and so on. So he was really happy, and for us, the feedback that also our customers and partners here on stage and at the booth are having such great experiences. It's just so good to hear.
It is, and I also got a bit of feedback about our stage program in general. You know, the format, we had presentations, info talks, whatever, and now finishing down there with Christine and everyone, it's just worked so well. I mean, it's my first time. I don't know anything else, but I think this format just works, right?
It is, it does, yes, it does.
Awesome. What else do we have to say? Christine's already thanked a few people.
Before we thank Christine, I would like to add one more thing, because this is not the last SPS. Of course, next year there's another SPS coming up here in Nuremberg, and it will be from the 12th until the 14th of November, and Siemens will be here again. So please note down the date, save the date, and yeah, we will see you next year.
Definitely. Thank you for reminding everyone about that. Very important. And I'm going to hand back to Christine by copying her words, saying, teamwork make the dreams work.
Yeah, teamwork makes the dreams work. Thank you so much, Christine, for everything that you've done, for your moderation, coordination, organization. You're amazing, and yeah, you're just, yeah, I hear the applause. Please clap your hands for Christine.
Thank you so much.
Now you brought me to tears. Thank you very, very much. This was not possible if we didn't have all those great topics, solutions, but it's the people who stand behind this. So thanks goes back. And if you missed some of the highlights at this fair, let's take the wrap-up video as a great imagination of what has happened in these last 3 days here. Looking forward to seeing you next year again.
It's a wrap.
I think the team already left.
Ran too late, past the 1800 deadline.
I guess our technology team left. Audio is off. Yeah.
Video off, everything
25
off.
minutes to go.
Oh,
I think our team left. This is why we can't see the video now. But for sure, it's going to be on.
They're getting ready, 2024.
One minute, I've been told just from my clever man in the ear telling me what's going on. So what is next for you guys? I mean, it has been extraordinary, exhausting hours. What are you doing tomorrow?
After the fair is before the fair, essentially. So we're planning already now the Hanover fair that we spoke about briefly in April in Hanover. 5 days, also definitely worth a visit. Same size, same people, same good spirit, and amazing technology. Virtual PLCs, what have maintenance, service people, everything. So it's worth. I hope to see you guys up there.
Exactly.
We hope to be there.
Yeah.
Just wanted to say that. Where are you heading to now? To the other halls where you haven't been yet? Well, you got another 20 minutes left. No, you're heading back to the US tomorrow?
Heading back to the U.S. later this weekend. It should be very good. We're going to enjoy. My wife and I are going to enjoy a couple of days in Munich, taking a bit more of Bavaria, get some sleep this evening for the first time in about a week, and it should be very good. And then head back to go as we said. Kind of the after the fair is the beginning of all of the next things, and we have a bunch of amazing content, a bunch of amazing ideas that we are going to do our very best to bring back to our North American viewers. And then everyone can catch us live Wednesday, 4 o'clock East Coast time, 10 o'clock p.m. German Central European time, if you guys want to see even more of our faces in between now and the next Hanover Fair.
And I can tell this is great. It's a 1 hour show which you're running weekly. So this is like the good night story for us. I just hear the video is ready to go. So let's take a wrap up of SPS 23 and call it a day. join us now for a revolution.
There's so much to see here.
I'm glad that we have the collaboration with Siemens. It's fantastic.
We together now bring generative AI into production.
Industrial metaverse takes our customers to the next level.
So there's a lot of opportunity for us to come in and make that happen.
We bring this technology to you.